I ruined Thanksgiving. My mom called me up 3 weeks before and was all dramatic like usual. She was crying about how this might be Grandma's last Thanksgiving because she'd been having chest pains. So naturally, she guilt-tripped me into hosting at my tiny apartment instead of my uncle's huge house like we normally do. I live in a one-bedroom place with my roommate Jessica. We've got a card table that seats maybe 4 people if you squeeze. But my mom made it sound like Grandma was dying, so I said fine. The problem started when my mom kept adding people to the list. First, it was just gonna be her, Dad, Grandma, and my cousin Brett. Then she added my Aunt Rachel and her new boyfriend nobody's met. Then Brett's girlfriend. Then my dad's weird brother Jim, who always brings his accordion. By the time Thanksgiving rolled around, I had 11 people coming to my place that barely fits 2. Jessica offered to stay at her boyfriend's place, which was cool of her. But I was stressed out of my mind. I spent my entire paycheck on food. Turkey, stuffing, cranberry sauce, pumpkin pie, the works. I stayed up until 3 in the morning Wednesday night prepping everything in our tiny kitchen that doesn't even have a full-size oven. Thursday morning, people started showing up early, like really early. My dad knocked on the door at 10 a.m. when I told everyone dinner was at 2. He brought Uncle Jim, who immediately started playing his accordion in my living room. My neighbors definitely loved that. Then my mom arrived with enough side dishes to feed a small army, acting like I hadn't already bought everything. She took one look at my card table and started rearranging my entire apartment without asking. She moved my couch, reorganized my kitchen, and threw out what she called clutter, but was actually stuff I needed. Aunt Rachel showed up with this sketchy dude named Rick, who kept asking if he could smoke inside. When I said no, he went out to my fire escape and somehow locked himself out there. We had to call the fire department to get him down because he couldn't figure out how to climb back in. My cousin Brett brought his girlfriend Emma, who announced she was vegan the second she walked in. Not vegetarian, vegan. After I'd spent 2 days cooking a turkey and making stuffing with butter and everything, she kept making disgusted faces at all the food and asking if I had any quinoa, but the real disaster started when I went to check on the turkey. I opened the oven and this horrible burning smell hit me. The turkey was completely black on top, but somehow still raw in the middle. Turns out my piece of crap oven runs way too hot, and I didn't know because I never cook anything that big. While I'm freaking out about the turkey, Uncle Jim is still playing his accordion, Rick is screaming from the fire escape, and my mom is in my bedroom going through my closet and throwing away clothes she doesn't like. I tried to carve the burnt turkey anyway, hoping maybe the inside parts would be okay. But when I cut into it, pink juice started running everywhere, like really pink. Everyone got quiet and just stared at it. That's when Grandma, who everyone was worried about dying, stood up and announced that the turkey looked like roadkill and she was going to McDonald's. She grabbed her purse and walked out, just left. My dad followed her, then Brett and Emma left too. Aunt Rachel and Rick stayed long enough to eat some stuffing, then Rick asked if he could take leftovers and basically cleaned out my entire fridge, including stuff that wasn't even Thanksgiving food. My mom spent the next hour yelling at me about how I ruined Grandma's last Thanksgiving and embarrassed the whole family. She said I should have just admitted I couldn't handle it instead of being stubborn. Then she left too, taking all the side dishes she brought, so I ended up sitting alone in my destroyed apartment with Uncle Jim, who finally stopped playing accordion long enough to eat some rolls and tell me about his divorce. He stayed until like 8 o'clock just talking about his feelings while I cleaned up the mess.